I'm sorry, I can't.
But why? Why not?
Because I am not going to try and talk to Nancy anymore.
But she's your sister.
And she is very vindictively trying to take away everything that my daughter and her husband have. She is totally irrational on this subject. There is no point in discussing this any further.
Terry, please listen to me. I've just come from a conference with the hospital attorneys. They have stated unequivocally that if Nancy goes through with this suit, she'll win.
I hope that didn't come as a surprise to you.
No, but the other information did. You know, while we probably have enough insurance to cover Nancy's claim, in practical terms, Kingsley General probably won't survive this. Not only do we have enormously higher insurance premiums, but we've got the public backlash to face. Now, I don't need to remind you what happened at Ferncroft Memorial.
No.
Terry, you've been with us 15 years. I've been here more than twice that. Together, we've helped make this the best facility in the area. Isn't it worth one more try to keep that alive?
And then all of a sudden, the labor pains just stopped. But they're keeping her in the hospital, though.
Well, they'll start up again.
Oh, yeah. Same thing happened to a friend of mine.
But you know, at least Jane's with her now. You all right, Dr. Phillips?
It always comes in twos. No, I'm not all right. I'm miserable. I don't know why I can't get hay fever in the springtime like other people.
Thanks.
Did Russ come by with my prescription?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, and poor old Mr. Phelps has been waiting for his, too.
Well, just put it up there. I want to finish up with Mrs. Cooper, and then I can be on my way.
Okay. Mr. Phelps, your prescription's here.
It took long enough.
I'm sorry, it was my fault.
Maybe if you did a little less gabbing and a little more work, things like this wouldn't happen. I'm an old man, you know.
You? I don't believe it.
Just give me my pills and let me go home.
You just wait a minute and let me see if your chart's in order. Hold on. I don't think I'll ever find it over here in this mess.
Dale Phelps.
Listen, could you go get Dr. Phillips a glass of water? I feel awful about not giving him his medication. I want him to take it right away.
Okay, sweetheart.
I'll be with you in a minute, Mr. Phelps.
Forget it.
Hold on.
I've got my pills. I'm getting out of this place.
There's gratitude for you.
Lucille, would you get an ace bandage for Mrs. Cooper? Now, she's going to tell you she doesn't want it, but don't believe her.
I don't believe her. I never do. Oh, listen. Take your pills.
And here's your water.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I know you're not feeling too well physically, but how you doing otherwise?
You mean as far as Kate's concerned?
Oh, yes.
Well, I've accepted the fact that it's over. I'm not happy about it, but I've accepted it. And I wish the rest of my friends would accept it, too.
Oh, like who?
Terry. She still considers me married to Kate.
Oh, that's surprising.
Oh, why?
Oh, nothing. You know, it's what God considers you that's important, and nothing else matters.
It's true. Well, I gotta get going. Well, you know, I'm gonna try to stop by and see Stacy later. She's having a pretty rough time of it, too, lately. Well,
Now,
take care, dear.
don't you forget your pills.
Thank you. I hope they work.
Oops. All right.
Amber?
Family Referral Associates. $1,000. Oh, no.
I can't believe you're here.
I let myself in with the key that you gave me.
I talked to Lee.
Well, that should save me some explanation. He wouldn't stop calling me at my place. I knew he'd be over any minute.
Mother, I know how you must feel, but you're making a mistake.
I didn't come here to be second guessed.
You can't do this to Lee.
Well, I guess I came to the wrong place.
I'm not unsympathetic with you, Mother. Look, he had no right. He made a mistake, but you're making a bigger one.
And you are the expert on that, aren't you?
What?
Your pregnancy by Gil was a mistake. But this is even worse.
The bill got here before I did.
Hooray for good bookkeeping. I thought you were going to keep that baby.
There's no point in discussing this right now. It's over and it's done. There's still a chance that you could change. Lee will still take you back.
Well, I'm not going. And this is not over and done with until you tell Gil that you aborted that child. Something you are going to do tonight.
Nancy, is Dan Myers pressuring you to go through with this lawsuit?
Do you know how I've survived since I was 16? On my looks. Now, what do you think the chances are of some guy being interested with hideous scars all over my neck? Although I know all the words to say, it's gonna sound hideous coming out like this. It's not Dan Myers. It's the circumstances.
Nancy, you're alive. Doesn't that count for something?
No, it doesn't, and don't give me that cop-out about life and hope.
It isn't a cop-out.
Yes, it is. Tell me something. Have you ever in your life had one day where you just wanted to be dead instead of alive? I mean, just once.
No.
Well, come back when you do, and then we can talk about life and hope and how unnecessary this lawsuit is.
Gil will find out in due time.
Really? When?
When I decide to tell him.
You have driven a wedge between Gil and your sister. That wedge is gone now. You never loved him. Why not confess?
This isn't a crime. You sound like Dave.
It was a crime of deceit. No worse than what Lee has done to me.
That isn't true in either case.
Lee hasn't been lying.
You were the first one to walk out. Months ago, he was trying to win you. And you were the one who walked out to find some sort of relationship with a recycled drunk.
A win, that is a perfect word for Lee. It motivates his whole life.
He loves you.
He never loved me, and you know it. Enjoy the irony of it. I do everything short of drop leaflets from a helicopter for him, and you end up the better campaigner all along.
Your decisions were your own.
As is this one now. Lee is out of my life.
And he's also out of running with the congressional seat, if this gets out.
It will. I'll make a statement for the press, and no questions.
You're leaving behind quite a legacy, you know. Every man you've had, ruined.
Dave's come through this misfortune, and Lee brought all this on himself.
Mother, look at the facts. Andrea is just a spoiled prep girl who is upset because she is second to you. Lee has needs, too.
So have I.
And you pull out some sort of old-fashioned morality out of a hat and sulk like a child.
I was lied to. It was intentional and calculated.
At least I gave it a shot. I tried to take Gil back. Lee deserves a second chance, too.
You took Gil back only because you wanted to hurt your sister. You weren't interested in marrying him, much less raising a family.
And he isn't interested in me. So what are you saying? Live a lifetime of misery for a minute's pleasure?
I am telling you how I felt. Now, Gil has every right to know.
And I have every right to tell him when I want to.
Why delay? Lee is out of my life. You are going to send Gil out of your life tonight.
No, I won't.
Where are you going?
Out. Leave me alone.
You tell him tonight, or I tell him, Amber.
All right, let's try this again. You want the turkey club, no mayo, an order of onion rings, an order of French fries, and a glass of milk. Right?
Did I say, French fries and onion rings?
Yeah. Are you all right, Dr. Phillips? Dr.
No.
Phillips,
What? No. What?
can I get you some aspirin?
No. Thank you. I've already taken some.
Well, maybe you ought to take more of it, because you don't look so good.
Yeah, well, maybe I should.
Okay, now, about this order.
Oh, just bring me a sandwich and a cup of coffee.
That's it?
That's what I said, isn't it?
Yes, this is what you said. Just one?
Yes,
Is this all right?
that'll be fine.
Can I take your order?
Just a cup of coffee.
One coffee.
Tell me, who's the man over there you were talking to?
Dave Phillips.
The Dr. Dave Phillips.
Yeah.
Tell you what, bring me that cup of coffee over there.
Sure.
Hello, Dr. Phillips. Oh, you're probably wondering who I am. I'm Andrea Summers. I used to work in Lee Carruthers' office. May I sit down?
Sure, go ahead.
Are you all right?
Oh, well, as good as can be expected. Yeah.
Well, it's been quite an eventful few days, hasn't it?
Yes, I suppose it has.
Well, I've had enough of it. I'm leaving. I don't care how or if Lee Carruthers ever works out his problems with Kate Phillips. I'm just not interested.
Problems?
You know.
No, I don't know.
Oh, well, it isn't important.
Well, it is to me.
You'll know soon enough.
Come on, I want to know now.
Hey!
Hey, now tell me, come
You're
on.
a drunk. I heard that about you.
What problems with Kate Lee?
Oh, boy, she has a great track record, hasn't she? For all her accusations about me, she can't even keep a husband.
What do you mean, keep a husband? Hey! Hey, you!
Hey!
Come on, where are you?
Isn't this sort of an unusual place for you?
Hello. It's convenient, that's all.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Cordial as ever, I see.
What's that mother of yours up to?
You mean the happy honeymooner?
And you and I know we don't have to pretend about that, do we? I know she's back in town, Amber.
Do you?
Where is she?
My apartment.
For how long?
Who knows?
Amber, look. What your mother is doing and what she's planning on doing is not only foolish, it's infantile. Look, she could be risking...
What she's doing is venting a little deserved, well-deserved anger. This kind of behavior is rare for her, and probably brief.
But it only takes one brief moment to completely ruin a career. Now, even after what Lee's done, she has no right. Excuse me.
Hey, big guy. Hey, Ernie. How you doing?
I'll bring those magazines by first thing tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Terry. It's only because I have to that I'm doing this. I hope everyone understands.
Ben and Lori have everything you've ever wanted, don't they? Solid marriage, stable home life, security.
Those things aren't everything.
Not to everybody they aren't. But I think if you were honest, you'd admit that they are to you. I know they are to Ben and Lori. You realize if you go through with this, you're going to put a threat to all that?
Please.
Nancy, please reconsider. If nothing else, then the chance to prevent 2 other people from getting to the point where they face the pain you do.
No. If what they have going for them is so strong, and that's all you've ever said about them, then they'll make it through this.
It's been some time since we've seen you around here.
Yeah.
Where you been keeping yourself?
I've been sampling the joys of domestic life.
Oh, you have? With who?
Can I have a double scotch, please, on the rocks?
Make that 2.
Wait a minute. You think that's wise?
No, it's essential. Sometime tonight, please.
Where have you been for the last 24 hours?
Taking care of some business, something that couldn't wait.
You could have let me know that you weren't going to come home last night.
I hope you didn't wait up too late for me.
I didn't.
What about the business that you were to take care of?
It's been taken care of.
How did Stacy take the rejection?
You're really getting a big kick out of this, aren't you?
What is this? Are you and Mother playing this from the same script? Everyone is assuming that I am getting some kind of a perverse pleasure out of all of this.
Maybe it's because of the way it shows on your face. Your mother's back in town.
Yes. She'll be staying with us for a little while.
Wonderful. Why?
It doesn't matter.
And I'm not supposed to care, right?
It's necessary or she wouldn't be there. Where are you going?
Out of here. Away from here. Away from this mess and you and anybody or anything that has anything to do with you.
It's your husband. Let me in.
Dr. Phillips?
Rose?
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Rose, please. I've got to talk to Kate. Please open the door.
She isn't here.
Where is she?
On her honeymoon.
That's a lie.
It isn't.
Kate, I know you're here somewhere.
Please just go away.
She's got to be in here someplace.
She isn't. I swear she isn't.
Where then? Where is she?
I'm calling the police.
Talk to her. Don't touch that.
Please, Dr. Phillips, go away.
Please, Rose, please tell me where she is.
I'm sorry, I promised. She isn't here, though, so please just leave.
Kate, she's never here when she needs you, never in a crisis. I know. She always runs to Amber's.
Must be Amber.